Hello, welcome to the Fairfield Heritage Telethon. We're really happy that you're here tonight. We are grateful for all those who have already donated, and we welcome your donations tonight. I'm Tammy Drabina. I'm Executive Director of the Heritage Association, and this is Karen Rotkiss, our board president. Karen, what would you like to say?
Thank you. Well, I wanted to welcome all of our local history enthusiasts to our live telethon. Today we are going to be broadcasting right here from the beautiful Georgian in downtown Lancaster. We're actually located at 105 East Wheeling Street.
Right.
And it's a beautiful Georgian mansion. But please, there's different ways that you can participate. One, you can drive right in and give us a donation, and we accept credit cards, cash, and checks.
Absolutely.
No bartering or chickens. And then we also have a couple other events going on tonight. One is our live auction, and are we doing one other event tonight?
No, just our telethon tonight. It includes our online auction, and you can go to biddingowl.com for that. There are some lovely experiences and lovely items that you can bid on.
And if that doesn't work, you can always go to our webpage, which is fairfieldheritage.com. And all of these are listed on our webpage.
Yes, there's an easy link to get you to the auction or to the telethon if you would like to look at it on your computer or phone.
So one of the things we want to let you guys know is, why are we here? Our organization is rooted right here in Fairfield County. We are an independent nonprofit, and we have survived because of donations from people like you, from people who care about their local history and want to make sure that it is around for years to come. And most of our donations come from individuals. We also have a variety of events throughout the year, and of course the coronavirus has made it difficult for us to fundraise through normal channels. So that's one of the reasons that we're doing this fundraiser today and telethon, as well as online auction.
Exactly. That's why we're here, because all of our fundraisers and events since March have been canceled. We count on those events to raise money to keep the doors open and pay the bills. So with your help tonight, we're counting on you to help us keep operating and continue to spread history throughout this county with our guests. So, hey Karen, do you know who said they would rather spend 4 years in the penitentiary than in the White House?
Do I have to honestly answer this question?
Well, you think about it. And also, who had $100,000 in gold in a trunk when he was stopped by highwaymen in Maryland? And how did he keep it?
I don't know the answers to any of these questions, but if you know, one, we either want you to drive up and let us know, or two, call in with the answer, or three,
I'll tell you later. Okay, how about that? You keep listening and watching, and we'll give you the answer to that in a little bit. So our phone number, 740-654-9923. We have our office staff, Mary and Debbie, upstairs waiting by the phone for your phone call. So we appreciate your support, and we hope to either see you tonight or hear from you.
that's right.
And we will be having some historical skits, reenactors, music. It will be historical and perhaps hysterical. We don't know. So the entertainment has been pre-recorded, because this is the first time we've ever done this, and just to make sure we stayed within our time, we did it that way. But every 15 minutes we are live. So keep your fingers crossed for us.
That's right. We're going to do a great job.
Okay.
So what's coming up next?
Let's watch our video with Lou Varga narrating that tells us a history of the Fairfield Heritage Association.
The Fairfield Heritage Association, past and present. The Fairfield Heritage Association was formed in October of 1962, when 7 women decided something needed to be done to save the historic homes in Lancaster. These visionary women were Ruth Drinkle, who served as the first president, Miriam Furness, Emily Martin, Dorothy Peters, Caroline Rockwood, Mary Petey Smith, and Mary Catherine Flairbaum. The idea was to make Lancaster a fine community by preserving the best from the past, while at the same time progressing toward the future. Fundraising started right away, and public interest was aroused through a series of 22 articles published bi-weekly in the Eagle Gazette, each featuring a local pre-Civil War era home. The first pilgrimage tour of homes was held in May 1964 as a fundraiser to purchase headquarters for the organization. Fran Utley was the chairperson. In 1968, the Fairfield Heritage Association and Fairfield County Historical Society merged. Both groups had similar purposes and activities, so the merger provided greater efficiency and management. Then, in 1970, nearly all pre-1900 structures in Fairfield County were inventoried by the FHA Survey Committee. After several more years of research, Ruth Drinkle put the information in a book called Heritage of Architecture and Arts, first published in 1978. Perhaps the largest project undertaken by the Fairfield Heritage Association was the purchase and restoration of the Georgian, located on Lot 9 of Square 12 in the original town of Lancaster. Built by Daniel Sifford for Samuel and Sarah McCracken, its completion date was circa 1833. It was a magnificent structure for over 100 years, until an absentee owner and lack of attention caused its deterioration. By 1972, it had become an eyesore. There was a chance it would be razed and the area used as a parking lot. Lancaster had already lost some of its other fine homes, most notably the Effinger House. The Heritage Association resolved to try to save the Georgian. Save the Georgian became a rallying cry, and it could be seen on bumper stickers and numerous newspaper articles. Then Lancaster Mayor Ed Rutherford went on radio and asked residents to put $1 in a box on his desk to go toward the Georgian, and school children donated their pennies toward the effort. Dr. Robert Fox chaired the fundraising drive to buy and restore the Georgian. $45,000 was needed to purchase that home, and another $100,000 needed for restoration. The $45,000 was raised in only 2 weeks. Here, Mayor Ed Rutherford on the left and Fran Utley on the right are shown with the owner after they signed the purchase contract. When Heritage purchased the property in 1972, restoration began immediately and was a community effort. The first year was a massive cleanup of debris and completing urgent, vital repairs. The roof leaked badly, and there were pigeon droppings 12 to 18 inches deep in the attic. Under the expert guidance of Max Steepleton, who served as general contractor, the community came together to bring this mansion back to its former beauty. And it truly was a community effort. The Junior Red Cross washed woodwork, and Girl Scouts removed wallpaper from the upstairs hallway. Local bands gave concerts with funds going toward the restoration costs. Local civic associations such as the Jaycees, the Eagles, and the Chamber of Commerce contributed to the cause. Many visitors tell us they recall helping to move out some of the old furniture left behind by tenants and carrying items from the attic to the lawn for evaluation. Women and men from the area worked tirelessly to rescue this fine home from what could have been a terrible fate. After 4 years of restoration, the Georgian was dedicated to the community on April 4th, 1976. Mrs. Utley and Mr. Steepleton were the driving forces behind the renovation, and Heritage is forever grateful to the both of them, and everyone else who donated time or money to make it possible. At the time of the dedication, the Fairfield Heritage Association still had significant debt. But again, our volunteers pitched in with fundraising events, pledges, pilgrimage home tours, and more. On July 16, 1979, the Eagle Gazette carried a photo captioned, "Georgian Debt-Free." Today, the Georgian remains debt-free, but the need to raise money for its ongoing support and maintenance continues. With 200-year-old homes, there are many issues that require attention, and often special craftsmen are needed for repairs. The museum consists of 12 rooms open to visitors, with period pieces from the 1830s, including a tea service Samuel McCracken gave to his bride, and items original to the home. Also furniture by local craftsmen of the 19th century, and also a wonderful collection of decorative arts. It has been called one of the finest house museums in Ohio. The offices of the Fairfield County Heritage Association are housed in the rear of the Georgian. Staffers oversee daily operations of both museums. They do research, plan events, and produce the Heritage Quarterly, a publication for members that was recognized with an award from the Ohio Museum Association in 2019. Fairfield Heritage acquired ownership of the Sherman House from the Ohio Historical Society in 1982. OHS had been having some budget problems at the time and agreed to transfer ownership to FHA as long as they agreed to operate the home as a museum in perpetuity. The Sherman House is the birthplace and boyhood home of Civil War General William Tecumseh Sherman and his younger brother, U.S. Senator John Sherman, of the Sherman Antitrust Act. The Sherman House is the only museum dedicated to the Sherman family in the United States. The original section, built in 1811, consists of a kitchen, dining room, master bedroom, and children's bedroom. The growing family added a parlor, a study for Judge Sherman's office, and 2 more bedrooms in 1816. In all, Charles and Mary Sherman had 11 children, 10 of them born in this house. Mary carried their first child with her on horseback when the couple moved to Lancaster from Connecticut in 1811. The front Victorian parlor was added by a later family after the Shermans had moved from the home. Interactive displays were installed upstairs in 2018, thanks to grants from the Ohio Facilities Construction Commission and the Fairfield County Foundation's Wendell Fund. The tent room hosts a replica of the General's field tent, with a video giving his thoughts on war and the Union to help visitors better appreciate the difficulties faced. There are many rare artifacts from the period, which appeals to Civil War enthusiasts, along with furniture originally owned and used by General Sherman and his good friend, General Ulysses Grant. Today, the story of heritage can be told through its mission statement, to connect all people to the rich history of Fairfield County, Ohio. Heritage does this through events such as the annual home tour, Christmas candlelight tour, Women in History luncheons, Civil War roundtables, teas, rotating exhibits, and spring and fall membership meetings with speakers on historic themes. Additionally, old photos and newspaper clippings are shared on social media to highlight historical people and events, and archival research is done. Fairfield Heritage Association added county to its name in 2017 to better reflect its inclusion of the entire county in preservation and historical efforts. Fairfield Heritage accomplishes its mission through our volunteers and supporters. Without them, they could not keep the doors open, the lights on, or share this fascinating history with guests and future generations. FCHA gets no tax money, except for an occasional grant for a specific project. Their income is from memberships, fundraisers, events, admissions, gift shop sales, and donations. Now, as it was back in the 1970s, they still rely on the support of the community to stay in operation. The officers and staff of Heritage feel a sacred duty as caretakers of these two important homes to maintain them to the best possible standards. But the cost of repairs and maintenance continually increase. At all times over the many years, Heritage has been extremely grateful for the many generous people who have been dedicated to its success and who have donated when needed. The need is again now. If you're glad to have these two wonderful museums in the community and appreciate all the work done over the years to save the Georgian, and care for the Sherman House, and offer programs, events, and educational opportunities to share information with others, please call 740-654-9923. That's 740-654-9923. Mail a check or visit fairfieldheritage.com to donate. Be part of making a difference. After all, it's your heritage.
Hi folks, welcome back to the live portion of the Fairfield County Heritage Telethon. Hope you enjoyed that video from Lou Varga on the history of Fairfield County Heritage. Just want to remind everybody, we're out here today in back of the Georgian at the driveway accepting cash donations. So if you want to get out of the house, come by here and you can drop off your cash check, or we can take a credit card information from you for your payment here. So, as we stated earlier, the Heritage, we get most of our money from events that we have and from donations from private donors. With this year, with the pandemic, we haven't been able to do our usual events, so we didn't have the tour of homes. We haven't had Georgian teas as we normally have, and we've canceled our fall meetings. So, fall and spring meetings here. So, if you can, come by or call in to the office. We can take your information over the phone for a payment here. So if you want to call in, it's 740-654-9923. I guess I could introduce myself. I forgot that. My name is Mark Taylor. I'm the director of the Georgian here. I've been a Heritage member for quite a few years. Just want to remind everybody we're a nonprofit organization here, serving as the Heritage Office and also the County Historical Society for here in Fairfield County. So it's a great organization. We have a lot of great members. We try to do a lot of outreach in the community to keep people involved. So one other event coming up for this year, beginning of October, the first Sunday in October, we're having our Georgian Tea to Go. Unfortunately, we can't have people in the home because we'd be too close for the Georgian tea, but we're doing kind of like a to go. You can call into the office and buy your ticket, and on Sunday, October 4th, between 1 to 3, you can come by and you can pick up your goodies from the tea. Also get a cup of hot tea to go. So it's a nice another way we can reach out to you guys. You can enjoy some of the events that we do here at the Heritage, just in a different manner. So again, if you want to call in, it's 740-654-9923, or you can go to the Heritage website. It's fairfieldheritage.com. You can make a donation there. But we have our employees here standing by, ready to take your money. So I hope to hear from you, and thanks everyone for your time.
Hello, this is Joyce Harvey speaking on behalf of the Fairfield County Heritage Association. Our goal is to preserve and promote the rich history of Fairfield County. As a longtime member and volunteer, I know the importance of hosting events to help our nonprofit organization raise funds. While you listen to me, you are viewing photos of some of our past events: house tours, teas, candlelight tours, a Titanic fashion show, and many more. Many of you were participants and donors to those events in the past. Before the pandemic, the museums were open from April through mid-December. Today, both museums are open, but to limited visitors for tours, and all possible precautions are being observed. However, we have not been able to hold events and fundraisers like those from the past that you are revisiting on the screen. Beginning in March, we had to cancel fundraising events, and we have lost and will lose in the coming months the revenue they generate. Visitors from around Ohio, other states, and other countries who visit the Sherman House learn about the amazing Sherman family and their national influence. Visitors to the Georgia Museum learn about early residents of Lancaster and Fairfield County and their amazing accomplishments. They also see why the Georgian has been called one of the finest house museums in Ohio. We are here tonight to ask for your financial help to support our two local museums. We are asking you to help provide the funds that would have been raised if events were held. You can donate by calling 740-654-9923 right now. You may go online to fairfieldheritage.com and click the donate button right now. Or by dropping off a check at the Georgian Museum tonight between 6 and 8 p.m. in the museum driveway. You don't have to get out of your car. People are here to assist you. If donating tonight is not possible, we would gratefully appreciate whatever amount you are able to donate in the coming days by mailing a check to FCHA 105 East Wheeling Street, Lancaster 43130. Please help us keep our museums open and Fairfield County's history alive. We will appreciate whatever amount you are able to give. May our local history always be with you. Thank you.
out and speaking to you colonists tonight on behalf of the Fairfield County Heritage Association. They are working to preserve history, and although you colonists do not have as much history as we Brits, it is still very worthwhile to preserve it. I strongly urge you to call them tonight at 740-654-9923 to make a most generous donation. Thank you so very much. Toodaloo!
Welcome back. Normally we do a presentation of an annual award at our fall membership meeting, but this year it was canceled. So we're going to do it tonight. This award is named after its first honoree, Diane Eversole, and it's given to recognize a volunteer who has provided exemplary and enduring contributions to the Heritage Association. It is always done as a surprise to both the honoree and our Heritage members, so all of you watching tonight are part of this special event. This honoree has been a member of Fairfield Heritage for many years. She started as a volunteer at the Georgian and was later co-director of the museum with Diane from 2008 until 2014, when health issues forced Diane to step down. She continued as the sole director for the next 6 years until the beginning of this year when she retired. She served as president of our organization from 2004 to 2007, where her duties included overseeing events, fundraising, and caring for both our museums, to name only a few. She is a fabulous historian, writing a column in the Lancaster Eagle-Gazette, answering questions for staff and the public, and providing a wealth of information that she graciously shares with everyone. She is lovingly referred to as the Tea Queen for organizing the afternoon teas at the Georgian that always go so well. Her contributions to Heritage have made us much better, and she is an inspiration to all of us. We are very grateful for everything that you've done, and it is my honor to present to Joyce Harvey the 2020 Diane Eversole Award for Exemplary Service. Would you like to say a few words?
Well, thank you, everyone, so much. It's really appreciated. I remember when we talked about beginning this award, and so I know what all went into it, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Joyce. All right. Very nice. All right. Now, normally we just do one award, but since it's 2020, and Diane wanted to do 2 awards, one for each house. And both of these ladies are 2 of the kindest people that I know. Now, this honoree has been a part of the Sherman House since Heritage was given ownership almost 40 years ago. Although she would tell you she's not an expert on the Civil War, she is an expert on the Sherman family and answers all the questions that come up from staff and volunteers in the public. She has helped catalog every single item in the museum. She often comes in to sort through files, books, and artifacts to create displays and make sure the collections are archived safely and correctly. She said she learned to become the curator by osmosis from Connie Lightnecker, who was the former longtime director. Our honoree served as assistant director for many years as well, and has been responsible for everything at the Sherman Museum at one time or another. Her work for Heritage since we were placed in care of the Sherman House in 1981 has been phenomenal. She is admired by everyone in our organization, and we appreciate all her work to tell the Sherman story to our many guests each year. It is my pleasure to present 2020 Diane Eversole Award for Exemplary and Enduring Contributions to Phyllis Kuhn. There you go.
Thank you so
And then
much.
Mary's taking a picture.
Okay.
So. All right, do you want to say, would you like to say something?
Sure. Thank you so much. The many years I've been with the Heritage Association at Sherman House have been very enjoyable years, and you meet the most wonderful people in the Fairfield Heritage Association. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Phyllis. All right, now we'll go back to the entertainment portion. Remember, call 740-654-9923 or go online, fairfieldheritage.com, or drive in. We're waiting for you.
Hello, my name is David Contasta, and I'm speaking to you from my home in suburban Philadelphia. As some of you know, I was born and grew up in Lancaster and graduated from Lancaster High School. And shortly after I finished graduate school, I moved out to the Philadelphia area and became a professor of history at a college in Philadelphia, where I have been ever since. But the roots of my interest in history go back to Lancaster, and they stem from two sources. One from the stories that my grandparents and elderly neighbors, who were the age of my grandparents and even some the age of my great-grandparents, told about the town in the old days. The other source are those beautiful 19th century historic houses in Lancaster. And unfortunately, by the late 1950s and early 1960s, a number of them were falling under the wrecking ball, often to make way for parking lots, and nothing better than that. Fortunately, the Fairfield Heritage Association came to the rescue in 1963 and has done extraordinary work in preserving historic structures in Lancaster. I was honored as a young graduate student by Ruth Drinkle, who asked me to write the preface to her book, Architecture and Arts in Fairfield County, Ohio. And that was one of my first publications, not the book, but just the preface. And that has led me to writing a number of studies about urban and suburban areas. One of them was a history of Lancaster, Ohio, but I've written several books about Philadelphia area communities. I've also served on several historical boards out here, and I think the example is in many ways from the Fairfield Heritage Association and what it has been able to do in Lancaster and Fairfield County. Of course, we don't study the past for its own sake. We study it because we think that the past tells us how we got to the present and gives us some hint as to where we might be going in the future. And certainly the Fairfield Heritage Association has done a lot to illuminate Lancaster's past, which helps us to understand the present and gives us some clues as to where we might be going in the future. One example of this would be the Sherman House, which the Heritage has operated now for several decades. And visiting the Sherman House, we're reminded of how the Civil War, that colossal, tragic conflict in our history, continues to affect us down to the present day. And additionally, helping us to understand that are the Civil War roundtables, which meet at the Sherman House. Then there's the Fairfield Heritage Quarterly, which tells the story of our community, helps us to understand who we are, how we came to be, where we are at the present day. So we all owe a great deal to the Fairfield Heritage Association, and I urge you all to be very generous in supporting it. And I want to thank you for allowing me to share some thoughts with you at this time.
Hi, my name is Sherry Baker, and I am the museum shop manager for Fairfield Heritage. I manage the gift shop at the Georgian and the Sherman House Museum. This is a way that we make money to help fund the museums. It's just another way to do that. And the museum shops are open Tuesday through Sunday, 1 to 4. And you can visit the museum shops when you tour the museum, or if you just want to stop by the museum shop, there's no charge to do that. And we'd love to have you come in and check out what we carry. We have several things in the gift shop. At the Georgian Museum where we are today, we have jewelry from Ava Jewelers. She did a project with us and came in and took pictures of different items in the museum and made bracelets, necklaces, and earrings. And it's kind of fun to look at those because when you see that, you say, well, where is that in the museum? That's a nice little thing. And then we also have another consignment artist, Cinda Chapman, who does jewelry artwork, and she'll do things on commission for us. So she does all kinds of neat little things for us. And we also have our Fairfield County and Lancaster Crocs that we just got this year. They're over in this part of the museum, and they're done by a local artist in Granville, Ohio. And we have some prints that we have for sale too. We have this print that was done by David Scheffler. It's of the old grandstand, which is a very popular picture. And this was a Christmas card one year for us. And we also have a print from Ed Kitchen of the bandstand downtown. And this was also a Christmas card for us. And Anthony Thompson, he did a Christmas card last year, which was a Rising Park. And we have this one also that Lisa Shore did of the Stuart Alban building with Santa Claus on top. And Karen Henry did Lancaster downtown at the Kresge's, which was pretty popular. It was a Christmas card one year. And Jim Gherkin, he did our very first Christmas card. This is a shot of downtown Lancaster back in the day, probably about the 40s or 50s. And we still have Christmas cards and most of these available. And we have an artist this year, Carla Young, is doing our new Christmas card this year, so I'm real excited about that. And when we get that finished, we'll put that up on our Facebook page so you can see that. And you might want to visit the Sherman House Museum. They have a lot of nice books over there. A lot of everything over there is related to the Civil War. It's a really nice gift shop and well worth visiting. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Bye.
Mary, this is Mary Lawrence, our marketing director, and she will be telling you a little bit about her job tonight is up here answering the phones.
Hi, welcome to our telethon. Sorry to be speaking to you through a mask, but I don't want to pollute anyone. And we want to thank everyone who has called in and dropped off a donation. We've had calls all day. We're getting more, and we really appreciate your support for the Fairfield County Heritage Association. We are so proud to operate two outstanding historic house museums, and but admissions alone aren't enough to keep those doors open, and that's why we do fundraisers and special events all year round to keep the museums open and the lights on. And so this is a organization that depends very much on support from viewers like you and from the good people who come and volunteer in our museums every day. So we're so proud to be a part of this and thankful for everyone who's helped make it a success. You can call us at 740-654-9923. You can donate online on our website, fairfieldheritage.com. Or you can drive by, and there's some very nice people standing outside with a bucket to take your donation. So we appreciate everyone who's helped make this possible. So I've been here, it'll be 10 years in March. One part of my job is to edit the quarterly, which comes out as a quarterly 4 times a year, funny enough. And these are some of the things that we cover, trying to tell the stories of Fairfield County. And as we found here, there's always another good story to tell. And that's part of our job here as the county's historical society, is to preserve those stories and then to share them with you. So one of the ways you can be sure to get those stories every quarter is by becoming a member of the Fairfield County Heritage Association. Memberships start as low as $10 for students, 5 to 18. And for adults, they're $25. For senior individuals, they're $20. For senior couples, they're $35. Households can join for $50, and it just goes on up. And membership gives you not just the quarterly, but it gives you free admission to both our museums. And if you have a household membership. That need children living in your household can go for free on your membership. We also give members first dibs on our hottest tickets, like our upcoming Truth or Myth History Tour, and you get 10% off most items in the gift shop. So it's a good deal, and we appreciate so much all the people who keep Fairfield County Heritage Association going.
All right, thank you, Mary. And I want to just mention this quarterly here was just given an Ohio Museum Association award for last year. So congratulations to Mary for that. She does a fabulous job with our quarterly, and we appreciate it. And I want to take this opportunity right now to thank the Fox Foundation. I want to mention that they have agreed to match all donations up to $15,000. So that's a wonderful, generous support of us. We cannot thank them enough, and we appreciate it so much. And now I'm going to head over to Debbie Henry, our office manager. So here you go.
Hi, I'm Debbie Henry. I'm the office manager. I've been here for about a year, and I have to say it has been so much fun. Learning history every day, something that I never knew. And working in this big home has been so much fun. I call it my house. So anyway, your donations are truly appreciated because it helps preserve our history, and ditto to what everything that Mary said. But I'm also here to help with auctions too. If you're having trouble online doing the auction, give me a call and I'll help you do it. I can do it for you online, and there's no problem with that. So we'll get you taken care of. But that's what I have. I got to answer the phone. Thanks for your calls.
Wonderful. Keep the phones ringing. We love to hear that. Drive through, go online and donate. Everything is helping us out because these stories matter, these houses matter. And we can continue to operate with your help. So we're counting on you, Fairfield County, and thank you for watching and calling.
Good afternoon. I'm William Brooks McCracken, and welcome to my home, Mount Flora. My family has had a long history in Lancaster, which we are very proud of. You may have heard of my grandfather, Samuel Finley McCracken. He was a brigadier general and helped bring the canal system through Lancaster. I was born in 1848 in Cincinnati, where my father owned a stove foundry. My parents were John McCracken and Elizabeth Brooks. When I was 2 years old, my family came back here to live. And during the packing, my mother's Chickering piano came with us, along with her china. Now, during the unpacking, the china was set on the kitchen steps where Mr. Casey, who was our handyman, was walking up the stairs with an armful of firewood and toppled over them. Grandmother was not amused. To be fair, it had been a long and busy day for her. I recall she kept me pretty busy that day, cutting out pictures for the piano during its move. Not that that was needed because I was such the good grandson. So much so that grandfather would allow me to drive him downtown. Our horse's name was George, and he was the best stallion in town. It was always such a treat to hitch him up for a ride, considering, befitting that the good grandchild I was. I followed in my grandfather's footsteps and was quite the businessman. I bought a large home on Chestnut Street where it was credited as the first modern bathroom in Lancaster. In 1886, my grandparents' home was put up for sale, and I knew we had to come back here to live. During the upgrade, I added electricity and put in a new modern kitchen, so the servants didn't have to bother with the lower level, the terribly outdated lower level kitchen. I also put in new stained glass windows upstairs depicting each season. We spared no expense in upgrading this home into the magnificent masterpiece you see today. Grandfather's standing behind me, isn't he? Probably not getting out of this one on my own.
No, indeed you are not. Well, my precocious grandson I will give him credit for adding, shall we say, an exquisite frame around an already existing masterpiece. Well, I am Brigadier General Samuel McCracken, at your service. I was born in 1785, and I lived in Cumberland County, Pennsylvania then. My father, he was a Revolutionary War captain, you know.
Yes.
Well, he also owned a mill, water-powered. And we owned 160 acres of land, which we grew our own wheat and cultivated an orchard. I lived in Pennsylvania until I arrived here in 1809. Oh, and I worked hard so that my future family could enjoy the grandest life possible. I was quite busy, you know.
Yes.
Oh, I was involved in insurance, banking, dry goods, a tannery. I ran the penitentiary and asylum in Columbus. Oh, trustee of Ohio University. And I was Ohio's fiscal agent. And in addition to that, I was one of those responsible for bringing the canal system through Lancaster. Oh my. That required traveling quite a bit. I had to go back east to make payments on the loans that we had to procure from England. There was one trip you may recall me telling you. I traveled with $100,000 in gold.
Oh yes, tell that story.
Oh my, yes. Well, first off, my personal recommendation, never travel with that much gold on hand. It's dreadfully heavy. Oh. But that is the trip that the highwayman stopped my coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But your clever grandfather, I had compartments built into my trunks, and that's where I concealed the gold, so that thieves were not able to locate it.
How wise.
Yes, I agree. All the looks on their faces when they realized how heavy my clothing was in those trunks. That was a caution. But unfortunately, the canal system, it did not do quite as well as we had hoped. So to help repay the loans, we had to create the lottery for Ohio, and I was the first lottery commissioner. Oh, and for the servants. No, we ran a very happy household with the servants here. And I did take them into consideration with the design. So I had a dumbwaiter installed in the house that connected the dining room to the, here, let's see, how is it you put it?
Terribly old-fashioned lower level kitchen.
Yes, indeed. Well, at least my kitchen staff were the most envied in Lancaster. They had the best amenities and all the latest and newest of designs. All the best equipment we had. Oh, and the fence. Such a handsome wrought iron fence we had around the property line. Well, not naming any names, but someone did remove it.
Wonder who?
Yes, one wonders. Well, but my sweet grandson, you only got to enjoy your childhood here for 1 year before we had to move. Yes, we moved up to the top of the hill to a one-story home that I had specially built, that your grandmother insisted on calling a cottage. But your grandfather's legs, as you recall, they were losing their agility and, well, being able to manage the stairs, it was just becoming increasingly difficult for me. There was really no choice. But still, my grandson, you did purchase the home back. It is heartbreaking to leave here, but you brought it back into the family.
Yes.
Although, I would say our definitions of difficult to supervise and being an angel are vastly different. Would you not agree?
I agree on that one.
Oh, you do? Very good. Yes. Well then, it finally took. Very good.
Hi, my name is Michelle Garlinger. When I retired, I began volunteering, and it's been now about 8 years. I started at Sherman House, ended up doing some volunteering, calling people to come in and give their time to the museums. I have loved volunteering in that the houses are delightful places to be, and our guests are always curious. We see a lot of children, which is fun for me, and it's just a wonderful way to spend some time once you retire and have some spare time to give back to the community. I urge you to try it.
Hi, I'm Larry Garlinger. I am a volunteer at Sherman House. I would encourage anybody to do the same. I've been a volunteer now as a receptionist and a docent for about 5 years since I retired. And I think it's quite enlightening to everybody that comes in to see what we have here in Lancaster. It's something to be very proud of, and I would encourage anybody that wants to be a volunteer to be one. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Bash, and I'm a docent at the Georgia Museum. And I would just encourage everyone to come and see this beautiful building that has been restored, the home of Samuel McCracken and his wife. And I love volunteering at the Georgian. I've always been a lover of history, and I remember as a young woman seeing this house in such a dilapidated state and see all the love and care that has gone into it. It's just a wonderful historical masterpiece, and I'm so glad it's been saved. And I hope that everybody will consider coming to visit the Georgian and the Sherman House, and hopefully sometime maybe you can volunteer. We would love to see you.
Hello, local history enthusiasts. I'm Karen Ratkus, and I'm the president of the board over here at Fairfield County Heritage Association. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our online auction. So right now you can go on our website, fairfieldheritage.org or fairfieldheritage.com, and you can click on our online auction. And we have so many wonderful gifts to bid on, a variety of art, as well as several beautiful vacation locations, and then many donated items for a local tea, a local brewery, Double Edge, and many other gifts, not to mention our Civil War era caps and books and so forth. So you can go on our website, fairfieldheritage.com, and you can click on our online auction and bid. So, and then I'm going to turn the mic over really quickly to Tammy Drabina, our executive director, and we're going to talk a little bit about who's already called in on our telethon and made donations today.
All right, thanks, Karen. We have been very fortunate to have great support from the community, and I want to just thank some of the people that have already donated. Charlotte Tipton, Joyce and Jean Stoppenhagen, Pat and Ray Sherritts, Bob and Mary Taylor, Shirley Wassam, Karen Harmon, Bonnie Cavendish, Doug Weekly, Dr. Paul and Marilyn Morris, Will and Liz Blinn, James McCafferty, thank you, a special shout out for him. He donated in memory of his wife, Janet McCafferty, who was a member of the steering committee here and a longtime volunteer, and we miss her still. She just passed away last year. We have Jim and Sharon Hochtel, Barb Ramsey, Martha Vanderbilt, Lisa Philippart from Alabama, Alan and Carol Norris, Buckeye Lake Marina, a special thank you to our friends there for their generous donation. Leonard Gorsuch, thank you also, Mr. Gorsuch, for your support. Tim and Deanne Lightnecker, Meredith and Jack Warnett, Cheryl Bash, Speck Reed and Jinx Bailey, Eleanor Hood, Vivian Hughes, John and Kay Helm, Jeff Porter, Joan Wedge, Lynn and Dave Patchen, Monty and Susan Black, Mike and Linda Kaufman, Jane Jose from South Carolina, thank you very much, Chris and Barb Claypool, again, another very generous donation. Thank you for your support always. Pam and Adam Lanier, Betty Sakas, Peter and Nancy Vandervoort, Sue Ortman, Sharon Altman, James Wilson from Michigan, Tim Kozar, Barb and William Hunziker, Charlie and Diane Eversole, thank you for your never-ending support. Walt and Peggy Ziegler, Mark Taylor, Jill Hollett, Ann Kippen, Barbara Darnell, Juanita Burton, who was our first drive-through donator, Cindy Cook, Mary Widener, Phyllis Kuhn, Tom and Chris Moe, and Diane Houston from Indiana. So we're getting a very good response. Thank you, each and every one of you who have donated. You still have time. We want you to pick up the phone, go online, come in and visit us. We couldn't do what we do without you. And we are just tremendously overwhelmed by the generosity of the community and our members, and to have so many people donating so many different amounts. It's really something, and we are grateful for any amount that your budget can handle. It all goes in the pot to keep us operating, keep history alive in Fairfield County. So, Karen, is there anything that you'd like to add here?
No, I mean, I just want to mention that all of your donations will be matched by the Fox Family Foundation. So
up to 15,000.
Yes, up to 15,000. So, you know, get your friends out here. You donated, and we appreciate it. And now we need you to reach out to your family members and your friends and ask them to call in. If they live in the area and they want to, you know, do a quick drive-by, we will welcome people and heckle them right out here in this driveway. And if that's not enough, if they want to social distance, they can go right on our website and donate through the website.
Well, thank you very much. And again, we can't do what we do without the support of our members and our volunteers. We depend on them. We get no tax dollars except an occasional grant for a specific purpose. We are all privately funded, and it's very important that we have this event. We're trying something new. We hope you're enjoying the entertainment. We've gotten some calls with people saying how much they are enjoying watching it, so we hope you are too. Thank you. Let's get back to the entertainment.
Hi, I'm Laura Bullock, the director of the Sherman House Museum, and I'd like to invite you to come visit the museum sometime. The Sherman House is an amazing place to tour. It's both a local treasure and also a national treasure. It's on the National Historic Registry for Landmarks. It's also on the National Civil War Trail. When you tour the museum, you're pretty much walking through the 1800s. The original section of the house is the 1820s, and that's the time period when the Shermans would have lived here, when they were raising their family here. Their 11 children were all raised right here in this house. 10 of them were born in this house. The family originally came from Connecticut and then settled here in Lancaster in 1811. So the first section is early 1800s. The next section would be the 1860s, the Civil War time period. And we have just a great Civil War display. We have a recreation of a Civil War general's field tent. And General Sherman preferred staying in a tent during the war rather than commandeering a house. He liked to be close to his soldiers. He was passionate about his soldiers. And then also we have a wonderful Civil War room, and it shows General Sherman's participation in the Civil War, starting with the first Battle of Bull Run, and then moving through the next 4 years until finally getting to the Grand Review in Washington, D.C. after the entire war was over. Then the last section of the house is the Victorian section. And it shows the 1880s. And the wonderful thing about this room is that all the furnishings belong to General Sherman and his wife, Ellen Ewing Sherman, during their married life. We have a gold set of furniture, the settee and chairs that had originally belonged to General Grant and his wife. Then when he became president, the furniture was passed on to the Sherman family. Our art is probably very few places can compete with the artwork that we have. The portraits of General Sherman, the busts of General Sherman, the other Civil War generals are amazing. We also have really interesting portraits of some of the Sherman family. It's interesting that all 11 Sherman children were grew to be successful adults, and very sadly, many families couldn't say that during the early 1800s. But they all became, maybe businessmen. One owned a newspaper, a lawyer, a U.S. Supreme Court judge. So they were very successful in their lifetime. Probably the most famous is, of course, General William Tecumseh Sherman, and he was a U.S. Civil War hero. And I think that you should probably come to the Sherman House to visit and learn way more about your local and national history.
Hi, I'm Tammy Urbina, Executive Director of the Fairfield County Heritage Association, standing in the North Parlor of the Georgia Museum. Beside me is a rare Mason and Hamlin concert grand piano from the early 1900s. It belonged to Alice Kindler. Alice was born on the family farm outside Carroll in 1908. She showed an early interest in music and was given lessons in Columbus by a very well-known teacher. When Alice was only 11, her mother passed away, but fortunately she was able to continue with her music lessons. In the 1920s, Alice made her debut at a recital in Columbus. She was only 16 years old, but she earned rave reviews from the critics for her skill and sensitivity with the music, with one noting that she played some of the passages that were considered the most difficult in music. The Eagle Gazette even congratulated Carroll for having the best pianist of her age in the country. She played at Steinway Hall in New York City, but her national performing career was cut short by both the Depression and her need to care for her ailing father. Her first concert in Lancaster was in 1931. She went on to give many more concerts here for churches, organizations such as the Lancaster Music Club, where she was a member, and at the Lancaster Campground in Davis Auditorium. She was a soloist with the Columbus Symphony Orchestra in 1935. Some of her concerts were broadcast on WLW radio, which was the most powerful broadcasting system in the United States at that time. She opened up a music studio at 236 West Fair Avenue in Lancaster in 1932, and then in 1939 she moved it to 119.5 West Main Street over Ward's Drugstore. When she became older, she gave lessons from her home. She continued to give lessons for over 60 years. She cared for her father in her Carroll home until he passed away in 1955, and a few years later she moved to Lancaster. An only child, Alice never married and she had no children, so she left the bulk of her estate to a scholarship trust for Fairfield County residents. This wonderful piano was left to the Fairfield Heritage Association in her will after she passed away November the 28th, 1995. Now, please enjoy my niece, Miss Erica Durbina, as she plays Amazing Grace in honor of Alice Kindler. If you or family member was a student of Alice Kindler's, would you take a moment to make a donation in memory of her so we can keep providing a home for this piano and also telling her story to visitors? Call 740-654-9923 or visit fairfieldheritage.com. If the lines are busy, please try again. Alice started performing in the 1920s, and I'm sure that she would want you to support Heritage in 2020. Thank you.
Good evening, history lovers. We're live here at the Georgian in downtown Lancaster at 105 East Wheeling Street. And tonight we are hosting a history telethon. Why are we doing this? Well, we're doing it because normally we would have a complete slate of events for people to participate in. But since the coronavirus, we've had to cancel a lot of our regular events. Tonight we are hosting a telethon and a live auction to have people participate in a different way. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the auction items. And we have so many generous people in our community that have given small objects and art and vacations for us to auction off on our online website. And you can find the website through fairfieldheritage.com.
Yes.
There is a button that you can click on that will take you right to our auction site. You can also call us directly if you're having trouble with the bidding site. You can call us, and what is our phone number that they're calling?
740-654-9923.
One more time.
740-654-9923. Go to fairfieldheritage.com. There is a link to the online auction. Take you right there so you can see 35 fabulous items.
Great. So one of the things that I wanted to point out this evening is we actually have some beautiful paintings that have been presented by a local artist, and it is R.L. Krager.
Yes, Bob Krager.
Bob Krager. Can you tell us a little bit about the artist?
Oh, absolutely. Mr. Krager travels all over Ohio painting barns. And each barn that he paints, he does some research on and has some history. And he has a website, barnart.weebly.com. And he has a story of each of the barns. So you can go to his website and click on Fairfield County, and you can see all the barns he's painted so far, not just these local barns, but all of them. Last year he donated some paintings for us, and this year he did it again. Now, the frames on these are barn wood. Sometimes he actually uses wood from the barn that he's painting, but
he gets permission first,
he
though,
does,
right?
Yes,
okay,
he does.
just checking.
But these, I don't think that they are from the particular one, especially the round barn, and they're all fabulous. I love the way that he paints, and so we have 3 of the round barn at the fairgrounds, which is just iconic for everybody who's grown up around here or lives here now. They're beautiful paintings. He has one there on the left side is the Sharp barn down around Sugar Grove. And then the one in the middle and the one down here are 2 different barns that are on a property that is going into land conservancy. And so one of the barns is going to be torn down. So I don't know which one it is, but it's just a fabulous painting, all of them, and we're just very grateful for his generosity and his support of heritage.
And we actually have quite a few bids going on this collection. They are being sold as separate pieces, and again, big thank you to Bob Krager. We also have some smaller auction items. Tonight, we actually have some swag from Double Edge Brewery, which is, again, a wonderful small business in downtown Lancaster. Zach Williams is actually on our board, and so it's always awesome to have local entrepreneurs involved in fundraising and involved with our local organizations. Some of the other items, other small pieces here are just from our gift shop. And actually, you know, we run a gift shop here, both in the Georgian and in the Sherman House. And so you can always pick up some special gift items. But we have some, you know, lovely gift cards and prints available there. And
we
then
have very unique items and a lot of Lancaster and Fairfield County items, things that you can't get anyplace else. We offer a lot of books too, that they are very popular.
If you pan over here, we've got more details on our auction. Again, you can go to either the bidding site called biddingowl.com and look up Fairfield Heritage. You can also go to our website, which is fairfieldheritage.com. And you'll be able to find information on the telethon and the online auction.
And we should mention that the auction ends at 9 o'clock tonight. So after the telethon is over at 8, you still have an hour to check out the auction and place your bids.
And I'm just going to quickly go through some of these donated items at the auction. Don't miss this. There's a box of beef from Henry's Grass-Fed Beef on our website. So approximately $118 worth of beautiful grass-fed beef.
Local beef.
And we actually have a lot of bids on that one too.
Do.
So
thank you, everyone.
Yeah, so we've got ribeyes, filet mignon, ground beef, hamburger patties, Angus farm beef from Lightnecker Farms, and for all of those young people in our life, hot dogs and old-fashioned bologna.
Excellent.
So,
Everything.
Who knew?
Thank you to Henry Lightnecker.
Oh, they donated. Yes. Thank you. Then we also have, let's see, what are some of these items? Some of the fabulous vacations that are on our website. One, there's a wonderful condo donated by Peg Miller. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath condo in Snowshoe. The opening bid for it was $500, I believe, and it's valued at approximately $1,500. So a snowshoe ski vacation awaits you.
Yeah, very good price.
We also have a specialty handbag here, and you're going to have to help me on how this is.
It's in Anushka.
Anushka.
They are hand painted handbags. They retail for $258. So, and they're soft leather. We couldn't believe how nice they are, but they're all hand painted. So each one's unique.
And so this is donated by Walker's Shoe Center.
Yes, thank you, Melissa.
We have a gift card from Ava Jewelers in downtown Lancaster. And Ava participates in everything, I think.
Yeah, she's a wonderful
So just a wonderful small business and some beautiful handcrafted, unique jewelry there. Thank you, Ava. Let's see.
The Halloween basket is pretty cool too, if you want to. And that was donated by My Favorite Things, Candy Ashton. She's on our board. And several of those pieces light up. And there's also a bottle of some kind of spirits of wine. So it's
spirits.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Halloween spirits, of course. So that's a very cool basket. We thank Candy for that. She's a great asset to the community.
We also, I was asking about this gift that has the Civil War caps in it, the Union and the Confederate caps. Can you tell us about?
Yeah, that's from the Sherman House gift shop, and that is a child's basket.
Okay.
So we didn't want to forget kids, and so if you have a child in your household or a family member, they can get some information on the Civil War. There's some books along with the caps.
We also have a variety of books here on the various campaigns of the Civil War, right?
Yes, it's a 22-volume set. I think it's a Time Life series, and each one is very detailed, lots of illustrations. If you want a good reference book, this is the set to get.
Okay.
So, and that was donated by Dawn Barker, who's a friend of ours. And let's see what else we have. We have a very nice little miniature statue of General Sherman. It's made out of pewter. It's a limited edition numbered statue, and that was donated by Tom and Peggy Corbin. And very cool for the Civil War buff, and we've already got some interest in that as well. Oh.
We also have a gift card from the Ale House.
Yes.
Again, local downtown restaurant here, really popular venue. People love grabbing a bite to eat and drinks with friends, and they certainly have an outdoor patio so people can social distance. We also have a donation from the Lancaster Country Club. I don't really know what that one is. Do you
I
know
think
what it
it's
is?
a foursome of golf
foursome
with
of
a
golf.
cart.
Okay.
And then they also have a couple history books that they've donated.
Of the golf course.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We have a lovely quilt that's handmade by Donna Paul, who's one of our members.
Oh, yeah,
And let's
definitely
just open this
lay
up.
that out.
And the cool thing about this is, you know, it's a patriotic theme, but the stitches that she used are fireworks. And I don't know if you
that's
can
cool.
really see that from there, but oh, it's upside down.
Oops,
Okay.
sorry.
Live. Sorry.
It's not an American flag.
All right, so there we go. And Donna put in a lot of hours and
Really
on
cute.
this, and yeah, it's beautiful. And we really thank her for donating this. And this would be an awesome item for anybody to have in their home. And maybe you can see the firework stitching that she did. And so, very nice.
Really pretty.
Very nice.
Very generous. So really, all of our patrons are so generous. All of the local history enthusiasts, as well as our downtown businesses and people in our community who care about Fairfield County and our local history, participate in these ways. I was going to mention, I know there was a vacation on a condo on Lake Norman in North
Yes.
Carolina, 5 days and 4 nights, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. And that's on our website, and that's been donated by John Clark.
Yes. And then we also have a lakeside adventure, a house that's up on Lakeside
Lake
Chautauqua. Yes. And so that's up on Lake Erie. And,
That sleeps like 8 people.
Yes. It's 3 bedrooms. It sleeps 8, I think. And it comes with passes to get on the island.
Right. It's
so
a private island. There's use of a golf cart.
Yeah.
And so lots of outdoor activities at Lake Chautauqua, which is right on Lake Erie.
Very, very nice. And that was donated by Chris and Barb Claypool. We appreciate their support also. Lovely.
Wonderful.
So we've hit most everything.
I think we hit most of them. We
Yeah.
apologize if we missed you. Call in and complain, and we will repeat your offering later.
So get on our website, please, and bid if you're interested in anything. Everything that you bid goes to help Heritage, so we really appreciate that. The paintings, we have a deal with the artist that we are splitting the price of those. So it's very generous of him to give us half of what we raise on those wonderful paintings. So thank you, Bob, for that.
Great. Thank you. Let's direct them to the website one more time, fairfieldheritage.com. You can click on our online auction, and you can also, continue to watch the telethon from your home computer. So thank you so much.
Hi everyone, my name is Mark Taylor. I'm currently the director of the Georgian Museum here in Lancaster, and I'm past president of the Fairfield County Heritage Association also. I just want to kind of give you a little background here about the Georgian Museum. It's a great asset we have here in the county. It's a very outstanding piece of architecture that has survived the years here. We're fortunate in 1972, the Heritage Association was able to purchase it and begin the restoration. It took about 4 years. It opened in 1976 as a museum. The house is federal architecture. It's, brick exterior, brick interior walls also. All the woodwork, doors, and mantells are original here in the home. They were never removed or basically really never altered. So we're fortunate we have everything is pretty much original here. I'm standing in the north parlor, as we refer to it as today. Over the mantel here, this is a portrait of the original owner of the home, Samuel McCracken. And then the one between the windows here to my right is his wife, Sarah McCracken. Her painting, they believe, might have been done here in the home. If you notice, there's a column in the background, which looks much like the columns on the exterior portion of the home. Then also the sofa she's sitting on, you can see the arm that the artist put in the painting there. They believe it's this sofa in this parlor here. The arm is pretty much identical in the painting to this actual sofa. And we know this sofa was an original piece of furniture. It was descended in the McCracken family, and shortly after the museum opened here, it was donated by the family along with a lot of other furnishings that were originally used by the McCrackens, the original owners. So we're quite fortunate, pretty unusual in these museums, you have a lot of original furnishings. So it kind of really gives you an idea of how they lived and their taste in decorating the home here. Along this wall here, if you notice, there's a lighted cupboard there that has many pieces of china, pottery, and glassware in there. I think it's very unusual in this home, and it's similar to some other homes of this period. They put these shallow cupboards, as you see here. They were made to imitate a doorway. It was never originally a doorway, never passed all the way through the wall, just a shallow cupboard, as you see. And the only function of them was the house being federal architecture. The wall is well balanced because on the right-hand side there is a true doorway going into the front hallway. And on the left-hand side of this wall, they built this shallow cupboard just to make that wall look symmetrical here in the home. I'll point out a couple other pieces of items that if you do take a tour of the home, you'll get to see in person, and also a detailed history on it. The other one is this fire pole screen here. This is an original piece of furniture the McCrackens used here in the home. It was purchased in Europe by Mr. McCracken and shipped over here on one of his trips, business trips he had taken to Europe. It's interesting, one explanation for these fire pole screens is they suffered from a lot of disease in the 1800s. One of them was smallpox, and the smallpox would leave scars in their face. So they used a makeup that had a lot of wax in it to fill in the scars to make their faces appear smoother. So you can imagine if they were sitting near a fireplace in the middle of winter, the heat coming off the fireplace, they said the makeup would start melting from their face, so they could move this shield up and down on this pole to direct their face from the direct heat of the fire there. So I'm just going to wrap this up. So the Georgian Museum is open Tuesday through Sundays, starting in April, and we go to about mid-December every year. We're open from 1 to 4 p.m. So hopefully you guys can make it in. There's a lot more in the house that you can see and learn more about the interesting history of this home, the owners, and of the local community here. So thank you very much. And I would like to say, if you can, during this telethon, if you make a donation for us, we greatly appreciated. We do several outreach programs in the community here, participate in a lot of things. But as you know, the pandemic has kind of put a little damper on some activities here in the community, which is affecting us. And so we look forward to any money you would be able to donate to us to keep our mission going here in the county. So thank you very much.
Hello, all you supporters of the Fairfield County Heritage Association. My name is Bill Brubaugh, and I'm the current president of the William Tecumseh Sherman Memorial Roundtable of Lancaster, Ohio. I tried to have a business card made once, but the printer told me it'd have to be about that big, so I forgot about it. So let's just call it the Lancaster Roundtable. We operate as an educational arm of the Heritage Association, and like most members of the Heritage Association, we're very avid history buffs and buffettes. And the Roundtable's specific interest is the Civil War period. Most of our fellow Civil War roundtables are very envious of us because they have to meet in libraries or public rooms and so forth. We get to meet in the Sherman House where we're surrounded by history. We meet every third Wednesday in the months of January, February, March, April, and May. We skip June, July, and August so we can take the summer off. And we meet again in September, October, and November. We don't meet in December. The meetings begin in the Sherman House at 7 o'clock, and they usually last for 2 hours. We start with a review of current Civil War issues that affect the Roundtable and the Lancaster area in general. And then we have a presentation The presentation usually lasts about 45 minutes to an hour, and it's followed by a question and answer period. Following the question and answer period, we have refreshments and a social time. Our presentations are presented by local experts and national experts on the Civil War. Many of our speakers have written books, and they will be very happy to autograph them for you. We do occasionally study individual battles, but most of our presentations involve the people who lived in that era of time. The issues range from politics to personalities. We study the people who were honorable, dishonorable, people who were loyal, people who were secessionists, people who were brave, people who were cowards, people who were heroes, and people who were not. Most of all, we study the people and how they were drawn into this terrible Civil War. We won't, in spite of the current trend of things, we won't tell you who the good people and the bad people were. We'll just tell you their stories and let you decide. As you all know, we are currently experiencing an epidemic in our country, a pandemic, and so temporarily we are not able to have our roundtable meetings. We will be publishing our proposed schedule for next year, and we will let everyone know when we are back in business.
Hi folks, welcome back to the Heritage Telethon. My name is Mark Taylor. I'm the director of the Georgian here, and we're out back the Georgian now. So if you haven't given your money yet, come by here to the driveway and drive through. We're at 105 East Willing. You can also call the Heritage office at 740-654-9923. Is that right, Laura? All right. I want to introduce my buddy here. So Laura Bullock. So Laura, what do you do for the Heritage?
Hi there. I'm the director at the Sherman House Museum, and I think everybody should come visit us, and also please make a donation. We need all the help we can get.
All right. Thank you, folks. Oh, we have a special announcement here from Karen.
We actually have a donation challenge that has been issued. The former mayor of Carroll, Ohio, and the current mayor of Carroll, Ohio, have donated $1,000 to the Fairfield County Heritage Association. And they have issued a challenge to the other mayors of cities in Fairfield County, you know who you are, to make a similar donation to the Fairfield County Heritage Association. So time's running out, other mayors in Fairfield County. The issue is that, you know, the mayors of Carroll, both former and current, have donated $1,000. So it's time to put your money where your mouth is and make a donation to Fairfield Heritage. You can do it through our website, or you can call in and issue your own challenge. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, the mayor and former mayor of Carroll, Ohio. All right. So Laura, how long have you been with the Heritage?
I've been with Heritage since for 20 years.
And most of that's been at the Sherman House?
It's been at the Sherman House, yes. That's where we started, and that's where we stayed.
So do you think you know a lot about the Sherman family and General Sherman?
So much, I can't even tell you.
Well, we're going to do a little session here. We're calling it Let's Test Laura's Knowledge. All right, it's a little trivia here. First question. What did General Sherman's father do for a living?
Oh, I can do that one, Mark. Charles Sherman was General Sherman's father, and he was an Ohio Supreme Court judge.
Very good. Next one. Where did the Sherman family originate from before moving to Lancaster?
I can do that one too. They came from Connecticut. Both Charles Sherman and Mary Sherman came from Connecticut, across the mountains into Lancaster.
Did they drive a car over here?
Actually, they walked, and she rode a horse, and she carried her newborn baby on a pillow in the saddle in front of her. Can you imagine 6 weeks with a baby on a horse?
That doesn't sound like fun. All right, so next, how many children did the Shermans have?
They had 11 children, and what was absolutely amazing about the family is all 11 of them grew to be successful adults. And sadly, you know, a lot of families couldn't say that. So yeah, it was pretty amazing.
It's great. All right, do a little General Sherman question here. What was the name of one of General Sherman's horses?
Oh, well, Sam was a very favorite because General Sherman not only rode Sam, so did his son ride Sam. And when his son passed away, they sent Sam back to Lancaster with Willie. So that was a very touching story.
That is. All right, last one. What is your favorite item in the Sherman house? So if somebody came and visited and you were there, what would you tell them that you like most in the house?
I would probably take them to see Mary Hoyt Sherman's, General Sherman's mother. I'd probably take them to see her needlework. It's absolutely amazing. And I encourage everybody to come in and see the artwork at the Sherman House Museum. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Laura. You did a great job. You passed the test. All right, people. So don't forget, we're still taking phone calls here. The phones are ringing, so call in. We're still taking, obviously, all donations. So any little bit helps here at the Fairfield Heritage. So again, you can call us at 740-654-9923, or you can go to our website, fairfieldheritage.com. Don't forget about the great auction items we have. That auction closes at 9 o'clock tonight. So a lot of good items there you can bid on still. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you later.
Hi, I'm Deanne Lightnecker, and I'm currently serving as a member of the Board of Directors with the Fairfield County Heritage Association. I'm here with two other board members this evening, Misty Harmon and Candy Lewis Ashton. And we're here this evening with an assignment to teach you all about membership to the Fairfield Heritage Association. So we're outside holding class this evening, outside the original 1857 Poplar Creek Schoolhouse located here in Liberty Township on the private property of Amber and Ryan Hoisington. So Candy and Misty have been working very hard on their reports about membership. So who would like to go first? Okay, Misty.
I am reporting on how to acquire a membership to the Heritage Association. There are 3 ways to obtain a membership. All memberships are for 1 year and require a minimal fee. First, you can call the Heritage office at 740-654-9923 and talk to any one of the gals in the office. They will be glad to help you sign up. The second way you can sign up is to log on to our website at www.fairfieldheritage.com. Once you're on the website, click on the membership icon. It will take you to a site with instructions on how to sign up. For those of you who already have memberships, you will be receiving a membership renewal letter in the mail sometime around the first part of November. So, the third way to obtain your membership is to fill out your membership renewal card and mail it back with your membership fee. We have various membership levels. For instance, we have a student membership for only $10, a senior individual membership for only $20, an individual membership is only $25, a senior citizen couple membership is $35, and a household membership is only $50, which includes 2 adults and all the children. We also have memberships at higher levels. We have a membership for businesses at $75, or you could be one of our many donors for $100, a supporter for $250, a patron for $500, or a benefactor for $1,000 or more. I also must mention that there are several perks you receive just for being a member.
Well, thank you, Misty. Okay, Candy, I believe your report is about the perks along with your membership. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
There are wonderful perks that you receive for just being a member of the Fairfield Heritage Association. First of all, you receive a subscription to our award-winning Heritage Quarterly. It's an informative publication that we put out 4 times a year, full of interesting historical related articles, as well as updates on our recent heritage activities. Also included in the publication is a calendar of events to keep you informed about all of our exciting activities. We sponsor a variety of events throughout the year, such as the house tour, Civil War Roundtable, patron parties, booth at the county fair, and the Christmas candlelight tour, just to name a few. But as members, you receive advance notice about these great activities, and you get first opportunity to purchase the tickets before tickets go on sale to the general public to events such as our ever popular Victorian Teas that are held 3 times a year. You will also receive first dibs on tickets to our Victorian Halloween party, which is my personal favorite, which is held at the Georgian Museum. And if that isn't enough, you also have the opportunity to serve as volunteer to many of our events. You also receive free admission to the Georgian and Sherman House museums, plus great discounts on most items located in all the gift shops.
Okay, thank you, Candy. Thank you, Misty. And just to emphasize it one last time, in order to apply for a membership, all you have to do is call our office. The gals in the office will be glad to help you, or get on our website. Or if you receive a renewal letter in November, please be sure to fill it out and send it back in along with your renewal fee. And we hope that you will join us and become members of the Fairfield County Heritage Association with the satisfaction of knowing that you are helping keeping alive the rich history of Fairfield County, Ohio. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi there, this is Tammy Drabina. I'm coming to you from on top of the Georgian Museum on the Widow's Walk. I know a lot of people are interested in what's up here and wish they could come up, and I can tell you it's very cool. In fact, my very first day on the job, that was the first thing I did, was come up here on the Widow's Walk and walk around, because I always wanted to do that. And even though it was the middle of December and very cold, it still was a lot of fun, and that's my memory of my first day. Now here, looking northeast, you can see Mount Pleasant. I zoom in a little bit. So we have a nice view of the mountain. This object in front of you is a lantern light, and it provides lighting for all 3 floors of the Georgian. It goes clear down to the main floor, and if you're standing down there at the bottom of the circular staircase, you can look up and look through that and see how it looks. And it's really unique, and to think that this was made almost 200 years ago is really something. And if you take a tour of the Georgian, that's part of it. You can look up and see that unsupported circular staircase and the light on top. Now, looking to the east, we see the steeple of First United Methodist Church. And it's a beautiful day today. Nice blue skies. Now this is looking south towards the downtown. You can see the clock tower in City Hall from here. You can see it right in front of us is the Episcopal Church. Looking southwest is the parking lot for the bistro and our American flag. And if you are a veteran or current military watching this, thank you for your service. We appreciate it. Now looking east, we have just a tree line today, but back when this house was built, you would have been able to see the Lancaster Lateral Canal from here. The Lancaster Lateral went from Carroll down to Lancaster, and then later it was extended down into the Hocking Hills. But Samuel McCracken, the original owner of this home, was instrumental in getting that canal to come here. It was going to bypass Lancaster completely with the Ohio Erie Canal, but they raised the funds to have a lateral canal dug to keep Lancaster current and attend to their transportation needs. They knew that without current transportation, which the canal provided at the time, that their future progress would be in doubt. So forward thinkers there. Looking back here, we have the Presbyterian church next door, and you can get just a little peek of the main library across the street. You can see also down below on our roof, we have, it's in need of repairs. That is something not included in our telethon. Our telethon is only to raise money to replace what we would have made with the fundraisers we had to cancel. The repairs that come up on 200-year-old houses, both here and at the Sherman House, were not included in that. So we're hoping that we can go over our goals so that we can do some of these repairs that we need as well. So thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and thank you most of all for your support of the Fairfield County Heritage Association.
Bogey here. Things are tough. You're being asked to dig deep into your pockets to make a difference. Fairfield Heritage needs you, so round up the usual suspects. Call 740-654-9923 or hop in your car and head over to the Georgian Museum in Lancaster by 8 tonight and make a donation. If you don't, you'll regret it. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life. The two museums, the Sherman House and the Georgian, are the stuff dreams are made of. So thanks for your generosity. Here's looking at you, kid.
We're at 15 minutes until the end of our telethon. So now this is our last big push for donations. If you've been watching our show and enjoying it, please pick up the phone, make a call, go online and donate. We really need your support. I want to thank the people who have donated since the last list: Nancy Cork, Nancy and Bill Engeman, Bob Hedges, Thurlow Weed, Carl Speckman, Patrick Kopp, Ron and Joyce Harvey, Randy Lawrence, Rosemary Hay-Jose, Kathy Dahlmeyer, Ron Bibler. And I promised you at the beginning of the show, I asked you two questions and I told you I would give you the answer. So, who said that they would rather spend 4 years in the penitentiary than in the White House? That would be General William Tecumseh Sherman. He hated politics and wanted nothing to do with it, even though his party was pushing him to run for president. He famously said, "If nominated, I will not run. If elected, I will not serve." He wanted nothing to do with it. The other question was who had $100,000 in gold in their trunk when they were stopped by highwaymen, and that would be Samuel McCracken. He had a payment for the canal that he was taking back to east, and he had a trunk with a false bottom on it. So luckily, the thieves were not smart enough to realize that his clothes were not that heavy. So he was able to keep his money and make the payment on the canal. So now I'm going to throw it over to Mary Lawrence. Wait.
We're just finishing up here, 15 more minutes while we'll be on the phones, and there's one more hour for the auction. If you find the auction site to be a little cranky, and some people are. Oh, start now? Oh,
here we go. A real mic.
Oh, I've got a real mic. Good evening. We're in the last 15 minutes of the Heritage Telethon, and we have 75 minutes of the auction still to go. It's on Bidding Owl. We have the links on our websites. If Bidding Owl is being a little cranky with you, please call our office at 740-654-9923, and we can help you with the bidding. We are so happy that everyone has stepped up to support our telethon. It's been a great evening and a great effort, and this will help take a lot of pressure off as we go into the rest of our final months of our season and head into next year. So thank you so much for donating and calling in your pledges. Debbie is helping me with the answering the calls, and I think it's her turn to talk because I just hate to take all the airtime. Debbie Henry, you're on.
I wish you would take it all. No. Hi, everybody. I just want to thank everybody for donating, contributing, volunteering. We couldn't do any of this without you. So we truly appreciate everything that you do to keep our doors open. So, and that's all I have. Just I'm excited for your calls. And if you need help with the auction, give us a call, 740-654-9923. Thanks. And I'm going to send it off to Karen. Karen?
I've got a couple of auction updates. I just want to announce that the condo at Lake Norman now has a bid of $800 on it. And that is, the high bidder is the Heritage fan. Mystery bidder. I like that. Let's see, what else we got on here. I've got the Halloween basket. The high bid on that is now $75, and Daniel has been bidding on the Halloween basket. A couple other of our popular items. The box of beef is currently priced at $260, and the high bidder on that is Westy. I'm glad that all these names are clean and I don't have to make any adjustments. So I really appreciate that to our bidders. A quick update on the Heritage collection of books. A collection of Heritage books includes 56 miles in Fairfield County, and it's currently got a bid of $111 on it. Let's see, any other updates? A 2-night stay at the Trillium in the Hocking Hills is currently priced at a high bid of $355, and that's Kelly, who's the high bidder on the Trillium 2-night stay in the Hocking Hills. And then the snowshoe stay is currently high bidder of $950 on the snowshoe stay. And the high bidder on that is Judy Rotkus. Hey, that's my mom. Good job, Mom. You're going to get a vacation in snowshoe, maybe. Oh, we have more updates. Tammy, why don't you come on over here? Tammy Gerbina is going to give us some updates on donations coming over the telephone.
You want to thank Mark and Nikki Friend for their donations? Okay, welcome to Live Again. This is why I don't do this all the time. Thank you, Mark and Nikki Friend, for your very generous donation. We had a donation from Greg Golden because of the Mayors of Carroll and our challenge.
Oh, very nice.
So thank you, Greg. And that's what we have right now. And thank you to everyone who's donated. Thank you to the Fox Foundation for your generous matching up to $15,000. So we're doing really great. Thanks to all of you. And right now, I want to head it into our friends with Bad Influence Band. They are going to play to take us to the end of the telethon. So enjoy the music. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
A little Stevie Wonder.
so fair. Superstition ain't the way. No, 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 no. Friday night I crashed your party. Saturday I said I'm sorry. Sunday came and trashed me out again. I was only having fun, wasn't hurting anyone. And we all enjoyed the weekend for a change. I've been stranded in a combat zone. I walk through Bedford style, rode my motorcycle in the rain. And you told me not to try, but I made it home alive. So you said that only proves that I'm insane. You may be right, I may be crazy. Oh, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light, don't try to save it. You may be wrong, for all I know, but you may be right. Yeah, I remember how I found you there, alone in your electric chair. I told you dirty jokes until you smiled. You were lonely for a man. I said, take me as I am, 'cause you might enjoy some madness for a while. Now think of all the years we tried to find someone to satisfy. I might be as crazy as you say. If I'm crazy, then it's true. Then it's all because of you. And you wouldn't want me any other way. You may be right, I may be crazy. Oh, but it just may be lunatic you're looking for. It's too late to find, it's too late to change. You may be wrong, for all I know, but you may be right. You may be right, I may be crazy. Oh, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the lights, I don't try to save it. You may be wrong, for all I know, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may but you may be right.
Gonna pretend like there's a lot of applause there. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you, everybody. This is our first telethon. It's turned out great. We're really happy with what has been done. I want to thank Interphase Video. They've done an amazing job with us here tonight, so we're going to give them a hand. Thank you, Shane and Josh. Awesome job. Thank you to all of our auction bidders, to the people who drove through, people who have called. Because of you, we have met our goal and surpassed it. So thank you very much. So, hey. All righty, so we want to tell you, please stop in and see us real soon. Come take a tour and become a member if you're not already one. So on behalf of the Fairfield County Heritage Association, we want to say thank you and good night.